So we've talked about story. We've talked about characters. Talked about a little bit of directors. But it's time to see what these characters can do. Now it's time to talk about the most geeked fights. Now, this is one of my favorite sections because this is a thing you can always talk about. You know, you can always talk about if somebody know how to box. You can always talk about if somebody got knocked out. You can always talk about lightsabers. Let's start right here, bro. Ahsoka. Ahsoka was tricky. It was tricky. It had like 3 amazing episodes and a little bit of mid, but it was good. It was still good and one of my favorite moments in Star Wars for my life. Like, it's easy, right? Then got a couple animation. I mean, they're both on Netflix, so it gets tricky there, right? But Baki is one of my favorite anime ever, top 5 for sure. And we got part 2 of season 2 dropping, and it was freaking amazing, along with the first part that I think dropped the same time as Oppenheimer, which is why I don't think I was really tripping about either of those movies. And next, Blue Eye Samurai, something a little bit more new, but looks really cool because they use 3D animation along with 2D like art styles and stuff like that, and it's just like, you know, samurai, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Swords, like, it's elite, bro. And then, of course, the boxing movie of the decade. I don't want to say century because I don't know. I don't know movies that came out 100 years ago. But last but not least, we got that man. Who is it? The Baba Yaga. John Wick. For one of my favorite movies of the year because it was just like interesting. Like, how do you recreate John Wick 4 times, bro, and it still be good? You know what I'm saying? Good. Like, it's so crazy, bro. Chris, you got anything you want to say about these, bro, before we get into it?
Man, when it comes to fights, you know, all of them are just so good. Like, all of them are just so good.
Yeah.
And they're all individually in their own universe. It's just top tier where you just sit there and say, yo, that was good. I need to share this with people. So great nominations. And I'm not gonna lie, if anyone said that this was the best fight of the year, I would probably agree.
Okay. Well, let's get into the winner. John Wick. This one was like kind of easy, but it was difficult because Creed was like innovative in the way that, you know, they decided to shoot it with like different inspirations from anime, and like just the level of technology, bro, that went into the movie was like crazy crisp, bro. And the slow-mos was going crazy, but John Wick was like, it was like art, bro. Like how long he was fighting, and then the different characters that got introduced and bodied at the same time. And it was a long movie, but it was like well deserved to be this long. Pause on that.
Yeah, I always felt like when I watched John Wick 4, I was like, yo, these fight scenes are so long, but
Yeah.
these fight scenes are just next level. This is unreal how they can keep on pushing the boundaries of how deadly this dude could get. Like,
with no cuts.
Yeah, no cuts, and it's long fights.
Yeah.
Stretches of this dude going crazy, not getting tired, bodying everybody, and it just doesn't matter what weapon, what gun. That stair scene was as long as ever, and he was still bodying it up and down, up and down. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Crazy.
incredible what they do, and that top down scene. I mean, we talked about this. Is just so video game-esque.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before, bro. It was crazy.
To see it on the big screen was just crazy.
Hitting it with that fire. That joint was crazy, bro. And then also, like, what you were saying with the stair. I think the only mistake this movie ever made was putting a times table on things as far as like how much time they had left. Like all we needed to know was that it was going to be sunrise when he needed to get there, you know? And
Yo, they said he
that was
has
it.
5 minutes to get up them stairs. That
I was
fight
like,
scene
that
took
was cap,
15.
bro. That was cap. It was so wild to watch. But maybe if there's ever like a time code video of that, or like we can do that on our own. But that joint was crazy. That joint was crazy. And like the lighting too was so different in each location that made like not only just the rogues and the enemies look cool, but also John Wick, like he was going crazy, bro. So it's like it was an easy win. It was an easy win for most Geek fights.